What is up, guys? Welcome back to The Good Curl. I am really excited to start making some videos again, and today we are going to start with bringing you a very special review. I'm so excited about this. So here it is. This was an early Christmas gift from my amazing husband. Just knows that I love my hair more than anything. I mean, some girls are like makeup gurus. Hair is my jam, and while I do not know everything, I've been learning as fast as I can this year on the things that make your hair grow, which my hair has grown insanely this year. It's absolutely unbelievable. Just little tips and tricks and things that I've been picking up from my hairstylist and my sister who's a stylist, and just trying to just devour content and learn some things. And there's always more. Everybody's got some idea. But today we are going to be reviewing the DYSON Supersonic hair dryer. Just seeing if it's really good for curly hair. My first impressions on it, just having used it over the past 2 weeks, I want to say now, have been really good, which is amazing. And kind of just see what it's like for curly haired people, and just some advice on stuff for your textured hair versus if you had straight hair and you were going to use this. I've had a really good first impression of this. I've had a lot of fun with it and just trying something that's totally new and just almost luxury, basically. It really is worth the hype in the way that it does help preserve your curls, it regulates the heat, amazing just the way everything attaches and connects together, and it's just made for this product. The diffuser is definitely just a blast to work with and try. I'm going to show you guys a video of how I dried my hair this morning. It was washed, conditioned, and then set with some setting products from DYSON, which you know that I love. And you can kind of just see the process on how I dried my hair. We got to this point, and then I'm gonna check in again tomorrow after sleeping overnight to just kind of show you the update before I would refresh my curls as to what they still look like. Alright, so first things first, I was gifted the DYSON Supersonic gift set from my husband. So there are a couple things in here that if you were to order another version of this may not be available, may not be quite the same, but for the most part, like the DYSON itself will be, you know, that and the attachments and handles that go on it will be a general thing. So we'll go ahead with this. This is the hair dryer itself. Here you have a little on-off switch, and it has a really interesting sound to it. There's definitely like a little high-pitched sound when the fan is on. You can hear, like if you've ever used a Starbucks bathroom, you'll probably have seen a DYSON. It's the same thing with those dryers that you put your hands in and take them out slowly. It has that same kind of fan to it. Below that is the button that you can hold down to use to cool the air so the heat stops coming out. There's 3 little dots on here. Everything's very pretty, very streamlined, very sleek, which I love about this. When you turn it on, there'll be a high or low, medium, and high heat dots that light up, and you can turn it up and down with this button right here. And then on the other side there'll be 3 dots for the fan button as well. The heat button is really great. You can turn it all the way up, and then as it goes back all the way down to the last dot, if you hit it again, it'll actually turn the heat off completely. So if you do dry without heat, I do not ever dry my hair without heat. It would take absolutely eternity. Even with this, which takes me like half the time to dry my hair, it just takes a really long time. The one thing that's great about this and that I've been hearing is that it regulates heat so that it's never, it's not unsafe to use it for curly hair. I think if you're transitioning and you've had a long history of flat ironing and your hair is damaged, you might want to be a little more reserved and definitely low to no heat on that. But otherwise, it has great heat settings on it. And take a look. Anyway. So I operate on the lowest fan setting to avoid disturbing my curls. Even though I'm using a diffuser, it really helps to make sure that there's not just too much air blowing on, disturbing your curls and pulling them apart. The front of this is magnetic, which is really cool. All of their attachments on here are actually magnetic, so I'll show you a couple. We'll look at the diffuser right here, which this diffuser we'll just take a look at, is amazing. It has this mesh kind of filter on the inside of it, right on the inside of here, that just really helps regulate the airflow, which has been amazing. I've noticed that my hair, over a couple days, the coils will stay tighter, and because of the way it was dried with so little disturbance, that it allows your curl cast to really just set. So you did not scrunch your hair out that much, you pineapple your hair overnight, do whatever you gotta do to protect it, satin pillowcase, bonnet, whatever. It'll stay curly for a few days longer, which makes your refreshing process a lot easier. So that automatically is a huge plus. I've struggled for so long trying to get second and third day hair, and this has been really cool. So this diffuser is phenomenal, and it just is a magnetic attachment, just like all the other ones. The only downside is that it doesn't bend on the end, which I kind of like that it would contour. But as I learn with this, I'm just learning new hair drying techniques anyway. It also comes with 2 additional attachments. This is just smooth air, and this one's concentrated, which would be great if you're doing a blowout. You can dry down your roots. With curly hair, if you need to correct a spot that didn't dry properly, like up in this back area today, you'd re-wet it, and you can use the concentrator even just to push your root in the right direction. It also came with this cool little silicone mat, which is really random, but if you do your hair on the counter and you don't have like a drawer or anything to put your diffuser back in, and you just need to rest like in between if you're blowing out your hair, you're doing something, whatever. You have this set on your counter, and you can put your diffuser right on it, and it actually just keeps it from slipping off the counter, because the diffuser, or because, you know, if it has any attachment on it with anything, it's very light up at the top and a bit like weightier down at the bottom where the air intake is, so it can slip off the counter without that. Just be careful if you do decide to get one. On top of that, this amazing thing. Like, I've never had anything like this. I always have to shove my hair dryer under the counter. This is made to set everything on right on your countertop. This is magnetic. It holds your hair dryer right on there. These go right on the bottom, and they're also magnetic, and they just pop right in there, and everything sets back in, so nothing has to clip in. And let me see if I can do this. Down on the bottom, your diffuser rests there. And this whole thing rests on your counter, and that's just it. You don't have to do anything else with it. One further addition that I think is really cool, to the bottom of the Dyson here, there is the air intake. The only downside to this is that if you tend to hold your hair dryer really low on the handle, that you can kind of cut off the air intake. But I understand the placement, I guess, is just how everything has to work with the way their fans work. I don't fully understand the whole setup of Dyson products yet and how the air intake and the airflow and everything works, but it is phenomenal. This cool part right down here will detach, and you can clean off that air filter that's right on there. Check that out. Or not. It's a very fine mesh filter, so it's catching like the smallest particles of dust and dirt, which is great for the longevity of a product that you want to invest in and own for a long time. Alright, so now that you've seen the Dyson Supersonic in action, do you think it's worth the $400 hype? Yes or no? Would you spend the money on it? Would you give it as a gift? Do you have questions about it? Is there anything that you want to know? Do you have any requests for future videos? All in all, I personally love it. I don't think I would have been able to go out and buy it for myself. I got really lucky to have been given it. But I think it's a long-term investment. I think it was 100% worth it. Some of the reasons why would be it is meant to simulate air drying your hair, so it's very gentle. It regulates heat. I looked up some stuff on Dyson and they actually say that it regulates heat 40 times per second to make sure that it's not, that the hair dryer is not putting out heat that is too hot and would cause extreme heat damage to your hair. Also, when checking the website, they did say it prevents extreme heat damage. So I would say if this is on high heat constantly as a curly haired person, you definitely should use caution because it's not saying that it prevents any and all heat damage. That's your job. But I don't know, I just think it's a very cool product. I think that the way that it's preserved my curls and allowed me to have second and third day curly hair, it's less time, it's less product that has to go back into your hair to refresh it each day. And to me, that's definitely worth it because I am in it for the long run. I'm just continuing to learn with it and play with it. Hopefully I'll get some extra stuff up on Instagram, maybe just little videos and clips of, you know, what we learn as we go along. I think that I'm going to be doing a little review on Milk Makeup pretty soon. I have a few products from them. I just got like a sample kit from them. My sister got it for me for Christmas and I'm just so excited to just like try new things and share it. So I'll be hopefully making that within the next couple weeks. I hope that you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments, do you think it's worth the hype? Do you think it's overrated? Do you guys have any questions or what you'd like to see in future videos? At the end of this, if you can give it a thumbs up if you like it. Let me know if you have any questions, and you're a creep in the back.
I just need your key.
Take it.